So everyone, welcome to Roma Theory. We're back with match previews. I've missed them. I've missed Roma. I've missed the team. I've missed going to the stadium. I've missed absolutely everything. So I'm so glad that we're back here all together, speaking about what we love the most. And yeah, predicted 11s are back and all of that. I mean, you can already see it on the screen. First thing to just announce before we even get playing tomorrow against Bologna is, first of all, how much we need a reaction, and that links with the fact that the biggest team has to play tomorrow. The strongest team has to play tomorrow. The best players have to play tomorrow because we have to get back starting on a good note. We have to get back starting with a win. We can't let it slip all over again because we already ended the first half, not the first half, but the first what do you want to call it? The first 3 quarters of the season, we didn't end that part really well. So it's so important for us to restart on a good note and cancel all the bad memories that we have, make the fans proud again, because the last time we played, the fans were not happy. This is something which I would love to emphasize again. We just have to be a different team. The big news is that Paulo Dybala is back. Paulo Dybala has refused to basically almost a week of holidays after he won the World Cup to get back playing, to get back training with Mourinho. Mourinho loves Dybala. He's the player he loves the most. So tomorrow he's going to start and I'm going to throw it at you. Tomorrow he's going to score. Yes, Dybala masterclass incoming. But tomorrow's game has got all of the potentials of being even tougher than Milan next weekend. I genuinely think this. Tomorrow, I don't think people realize how dangerous Bologna is. Now, it's not because their team is dangerous. It's because they're living a very critical moment, not because their results haven't been amazing, but because of what happened with their old manager. Now, all of these players in the Bologna team, all of them, have been trained by Sinisa Mihajlovic since a few months ago. And all of them are now aware that this manager who was fighting against leukemia cancer, even when he managed them, isn't here anymore. And he's going to watch them from above. So tomorrow's game is for that man. And that is why I think Bologna will give their absolute best. That is why it's not something which I say very often against small teams at home. Tomorrow, Bologna are not going to come at the Olimpico to grab 1 point. Tomorrow, they're going to come and try to grab 3 points. The difficult thing with Bologna is that they love scoring against tough teams. They bagged 2 in Naples against Napoli. They bagged a few in Milan against Inter Milan. They bagged 1 in Rome against Lazio. They love scoring against tough teams. The problem is we have a difficulty in getting back from going down by 1. Napoli can do it. Inter Milan can do it. Thing with us is if we were to potentially concede an early goal, it's going to be very hard for us to come back because it's just not something which we normally do. So tomorrow's this kind of highlights my key to tomorrow's game, which is avoid conceding early goals. I don't think this team knows yet. It doesn't have a comeback mentality. So that is why I fear every time we concede early goals. So early goals tomorrow have to be completely cancelled. We just have to play better. I mean, we've been saying this for months now. We have to, we just have to play better, because if we play like we played the last few game weeks, forget about a win against Bologna. Forget about starting back on a good note. Forget about living good moments back again. We have to get back playing well. And when I mean playing well, I do not mean just crossing the ball in the box, because that's what we normally did in the last few game weeks. That was our definition of playing well in the last few game weeks. Playing well means vertical passes, long balls cutting in the defense, long balls over the top of the defense, something which we never do. So new things have to happen. Don't get me wrong, the team has had a lot of time to prepare for this game, and I'm the first one to say that this break, I'm the first one to say that Roma is the team who needed this break the most. I'm so happy this break happened, but now, these months have gone, World Cup is gone, we're back going. And there's no time for us to look back at our mistakes. There's no time for us to reflect on our mistakes. As things stands, especially in this January month, we are going to play one game every 4 days. That's a big rate, involving Serie A and Coppa Italia, involving AC Milan in a couple of days. So it's definitely a critical situation. We have to overcome it. We genuinely have to overcome it. Looking at their team, they don't have a weak team. They have Arnautovic up front, which is one of the top scorers of the league up to now. Let's look at the statistics of the Serie A top scorers. I think it's... I'll tell you now. Arnautovic has scored a lot of goals. And if our defense doesn't collaborate, if he has an open chance, he will bag it. He's a good striker. Victor Osimhen 9 goals, Marko Arnautovic 8 goals. Arnautovic knows how to score. Smalling, Ibanez, Mancini did a masterclass. So Arnautovic is definitely the guy to look up to. They've got interesting players under the names of Scouten in their midfielder. I'll read you the team because I actually like Bologna's team. They're a decent side. And last season we faced them at home and it ended 0-0. There is to say that it was a few weeks before a Conference League final. It was that stage of the season where we weren't interested in the Serie anymore. We just pointed to the rise of Conference League and trying to win it. The last game Bologna played, they won 3-0 at home against Sassuolo. They have a good attacking side. Arnautovic, Soriano or Solini. They've got physical defenders. They've got a goalkeeper who used to play for us, and every time he plays against us, he pulls masterclasses. Medel, he's the feisty midget. Medel's the feisty Chilean midget. They've got a tough side. I'm gonna say this again. And I love to be confident. I'm not that confident. I really am not. I'm not that confident because I think it's gonna, as much as we had a lot of time to prepare for this game, we're coming back unadapted again. So yeah. Right, let's move on to the predicted lineup. Big critical thing of this lineup. You look at this and you're like, why the hell aren't there 4 defenders at the back? Why the hell, after all the rant that I've been going on, have I still put 3 defenders at the back? Simple reason. This is not my predicted 11. This is not the team which I would pick. This is Mourinho's team. And Mourinho has an obsession with 3 centre-backs at the back. And we are going to see 3 defenders at the back. To be honest with you, I would rather play with 4 defenders at the back. However, I will still accept 3 defenders at the back until Gini Wijnaldum is back. If I see 3 defenders at the back, even after Gini Wijnaldum is back, that's where I'm really going to get mad. Up to now, I can understand it. I would rather 4 defenders at the back because we play better. But again, I'm not the manager. Jose's the manager. Give Jose time. Give Jose the job. I think he will pick 3 defenders at the back. Rui Patricio in goal. Mancini, Smalling and Ibanez in defence. Then we have 4 midfielders. Spina back, which is good. And Cilic. Korzop to start. Realistically, after all of the things which happened yesterday with Korzop's owner saying how they're going to basically fine Roma with this incident, and after Thiago Pinto saying that Korzop is on the transfer list and however will not leave on loan, will leave on a permanent move, I genuinely can't see Korzop starting. If Korzop does start, then please someone explain to me what the hell is going on with this situation. So Cilic is going to start, Pellegrini and Matic in the middle. Back, what's it called? Fab 4. Fab 4 are back going. Fab 4 are back playing. Dybala, Nico, Tammy and Pellegrini back on the same pitch after so much time. We played well at the start of the season with all of them starting, then Dybala got injured and then we started decreasing our talent in performances. However, I think Pellegrini will drop down. Now that Pellegrini is back going, Dybala's back going, Gini's almost back going, I fear that Kamara will not get many minutes in his legs. That's why I don't think Kamara will get booked on a permanent deal by Roma at the end of the season. I think Kamara, now that everyone is slowly getting back, is going to be a substitution player. We're rarely going to see Kamara start many games. And I actually am quite disappointed about that because I think Kamara gave good impacts to games. But again, I think Pellegrini will drop back down. Cristante or Matic. I'm going Matic, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cristante starts. And then, we've mentioned Cilic. And then the three up front, I've got Paolo and Nico just behind Tammy. Big game for Tammy Abraham. This is a massive game for Tammy Abraham. Mourinho knows that if Tammy doesn't perform well and Tammy doesn't bag the goals, he's going to change things up. You know, now that players are getting back from injuries, we don't have an injury crisis anymore. Meaning Mourinho can change things up. If Tammy doesn't bag the goals, we are going to see Nico play as a striker, Dybala and Pellegrini behind him, and when Gini will be back, we'll see Gini, and until Gini won't be back, we'll see Tahirovic. Mark my words, Tahirovic is going to be the revolutionary pivot in the second half of the season, even more than Volpato. Yes. You've heard it from me. I've said this yesterday. I'm going to say this again. I'm reading this very interesting article about Mourinho's vision of the academy team at Roma. Mourinho sees a lot under the name of Tahirovic. And I'm reading that Mourinho will use him a lot, especially if Tammy doesn't back the goals. And Belotti's playing like he is. And Shomurodov is playing like he is. We have to change things up. And Nico will play as a striker. He's got the physique to play as a striker. So we'll switch things up. Tammy's got so much responsibility. He's scored in the last two friendly games. Friendly games don't count. But it's good that he's got the right back. It's good that he's got the kind of the feeling of goals back. He just has to bag those goals in the big games now. It's gonna be a different Tammy Abraham, 100%. I am sticking with the theory that there was something behind his girlfriend's pregnancy, which meant that Tammy is a bit less. Is a bit more relieved. They have announced that they're having a baby, as I said before. So he was definitely hiding something. You could tell. You could tell he was hiding something. Maybe there was something wrong with his pregnancy. We don't know anything about this. And if it is, then we're not in a position to blame Tammy Abraham. No, he's got his own privacy. He's got his own family issues. So if there was something wrong with Tammy and Leah's, his girlfriend's pregnancy, then it is understandable that Tammy was living a tough moment. But again, it is also true that Tammy has been living a tough moment on the pitch because he's been lacking the support. Paolo's back, so I expect more creativity. I expect masterclasses. In the last 10 minutes, Dybala got subbed in against Torino before the World Cup. He changed the game. We could have won that game if it wasn't for Belotti and that missed penalty. Dybala is going to be the flag of this team yet again. Dybala is going to be the player which will pull this team on his shoulders. And Dybala is going, most probably, after all of that World Cup hype, gonna perform a masterclass tomorrow. Hopefully he scores. I mean, hopefully we win. At the end of the day, who cares who scores? We can win with an Ibanez goal and I wouldn't care. But tomorrow we have to win. We just have to win. Because if we don't win tomorrow, then we're not going to win against AC Milan next weekend. So it's going to be tough to climb for top four. We've got a lot to play for. I've said this basically every time I went live since the first half of the season ended. We've got a lot to play for. It's wrong to get fooled by our latest performances because it could simply have been a little obstacle. The important thing now is that the team regrouped together in Japan, regrouped together in Portugal. It's important that the team is now back as a single unit, even despite a few incidents like Korsdorp's incident and stuff. It's important to have kicked everything. It's a new year and bring it on. But it's going to be a tough game. And, we have to be realistic here. I am not that confident for tomorrow's game, but I'll be there. Like everyone here will. Watching the game, wherever you're watching it from, support always counts. If you're watching it at home, if you're watching it at the stadium, support is support. Right, Solbakken. People asking about Solbakken. I mean, he probably gets sit on the bench tomorrow. Will he actually start tomorrow? I don't know. Could get a few minutes, but I don't know. Mourinho's assistant will be there tomorrow. Yeah, Mourinho out for these next 2 games due to red cards. So yeah. Right, let me read some comments. Simon, I'm coming to Rome, baby. Nice, Globe. Nice. Let me know when you're coming and if you're going to the stadium. We can't wait to see our dear team tomorrow. Simon, forget everything. We're winning 100%. I mean, I love that. I wish I could be like you, but unfortunately, as things stands, I'm not that confident. I hope to get that confidence back after tonight's sleep. Maybe once again, dreaming of us lifting the Europa League trophy. That's been a constant dream lately. I've been dreaming that for like 3 times in the past 3 weeks. Is it a sign? Who knows? But I have been dreaming us lifting the Europa League quite a few times. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone indeed. Hope we play football not boring and win it with a lot of goals. Not confidence, that's not like you. Let's project positivity. Excited to see Solbakken. Hopefully we switch to 4-3-3 and play him on the wing. Is Solbakken allowed to play yet? He is. He got training. He got back training with the team a few days ago. Was his first game? Was his first training with the team? But yeah, we need to look at it as a fresh start. 100%. That's the comment. Keep the positivity and faith, and Roma will get there. We will win. Mourinho's assistant will lead, which means we win. We might have to secretly go for Torino if Shomurodov leaves. No, I just hope he leaves. I'm sorry if anyone loves Shomurodov. I just hope he leaves, because if Shomurodov leaves, that liberates so much for our January window. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, double stream today. I wanted a double stream today because tonight we're gonna speak about something major. We have a massive economic crisis in the team right now. It's not looking great at all. So tonight, come back, because it's a very important, I'm not joking, it's a very important live stream. It gives you such a perspective of how much in a mess we are when it comes to financial fair play and everything. So we're living an absolute economic mess, financial mess, whatever you want to call it. Come back tonight, double stream in a few hours. I'll be back because it's gonna be it's such an important live stream, because our financial state is looking as an absolute mess. So yeah, we need the Brian Casemiro in our lineup. Brian Casemiro is amazing. Roma need the cash. Yeah, come back tonight, because it's gonna be an interesting one. Don't be scared, but just prepare for it, because I'm about to read you some significant statistics. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. I'll catch you in I'm gonna go eat and then I'll catch you soon. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and smash the like button and let me know in the comments your own Predict 11. I'll be very curious to read and respond to all of your comments. And you know what? I'm not going to go live for a watch along tomorrow because I'm at the stadium for a stadium vlog. So predictions. Let me know predictions in the chat. I mean in the comments once I end the video. And yeah, I'll catch you tonight. Simon at